What's up, people? We just chilling on the barge. Got bored. Figured I'd make a video. Very bored. What's up, David? Yep, still kicking. Just got off work a little while ago. Had dinner, took a shower. Now I'm laid up in my room watching TV. What everybody else do on Sunday. Guarantee you most of y'all didn't work. Yeah, it's 7 days a week here. 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. What's up, Chandler? Big Red, Nathaniel, Chessman, Dylan, Paint Gun. What's up, Paint Gun? Matt, what's up? Keto, Dustin, Eric, Justin, Luke, Loafline, Lee, Cody, Kevin, Dan, Mr. Misunderstood, Chad, what's up? Killy Kilu, Michael, Logan, West Texas, what's up? Hilton, Derek, Elliot, what's up, man? Joe Mama, I got you. What's up, Jay? Russell, Hilton, Nathaniel, more debt 2020. Nah, Kevin. We done with the debt, buddy. We done with that messy ass debt. What's the room look like? I just happen to have a room by myself, so that's fortunate. But I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all the barge. Oh. All right. This is my room. I got my locker. I got this bottom bunk here. It's messy. I didn't even make my bed. I got a bottom bunk. They got a top one. TV. They got bunks over here, refrigerator, more lockers, but I'm the only one in this room for some reason. So I've had this room all to myself. We got direct TV and all that shit. And then we got down there's the kitchen, bathroom, galley, all that stuff. And this is out back. This is where I'm gonna hang out here. This is outside. They even got some weights here. But this is out here on the river. Out here on the water. Man, I don't think y'all understand how much food they got here, man. They got, dude, the food they got here, I'm gonna show y'all. They feed you for free and you live for free. And so I don't have to pay any money while I'm here. Hell, my truck's a mile away in the parking lot, so I don't even see my truck for 2 weeks. I'm gonna show you. This is our food supply. Hanging out, watching TV in here. What's up, co-workers? Saving leftovers. This is the pantry. Hey, this is the pantry. It's one of the freezers. Refrigerator. Another freezer. And we got laundry room, shower room, which I think somebody's there taking a shower. And then my room. But this place is made for, let's see, there's 3 rooms, so it can hold 12 people. But there's only 4 people here. So yeah, we Justin, we do a curfew? No. I mean, you just go to work and then you come here. There ain't nothing else to do. I mean, you just go to work, come back, take a shower. Like you see, they're hanging out up front. I just hang out in my room. Um, but yeah, we work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week for 2 weeks. So it's 14 days. And then I go home for a week. So it's good money. I just hate being away from my family. Y'all know that. But yeah, we do 84-hour weeks. So, and after 60 days, I'll get benefits. You know, I'll get insurance and all that. That's the main thing, man. We need the benefits that come with it. You know, with a wife at home, 2 kids, and a baby on the way, health insurance is a big thing. So that's one of the main reasons we took this job. But is the money as good as pipeline? I'd say about 75% of what I was making on pipeline. But you got to think about it. I don't have any expenses. So on pipeline, you know, I was paying 900 a month to park my RV somewhere out there in West Texas. Then another, you know, about $2,000 a month is what I was spending on fuel, food, place to park my RV, and that's minimum. That's living by the basics, not going out and partying, all that shit. So that's $2,000 a month that I'm saving. I don't spend anything on food. Spend nothing on housing. Um, I like I said, my truck doesn't move for 2 weeks, so I don't have to. It costs me $50 in diesel to get down here. It'll cost me 50 to get home, so it's $100 round trip. You know, West Texas was costing me $600 in diesel round trip, so it's plus I'm only 3 hours from home right here, and we have good cell phone service, good internet. I got my iPad with me. I got my phone. You know, it just plus it keeps me out of trouble. I mean, what am I gonna do here? There ain't nothing for me to go out and get in trouble with here. So here I'm just chilling. But I mean, of course, I hate being away from my family. Y'all know that. But me and Christina, we'll get it figured out. We're focused on 2020. Like I said, we're really focused on tightening down. Um, no stupid spending this year. Um, we're going to be building up a good little nest egg, and we plan on buying some property at the end of the year and start building a house next year. So we're really tightening down. But yeah, I mean that's about it. That's all I do here. Go to work. I got to be up at 5. Well, we got to be at work, which is literally right off the barge, and then um, take an airboat. We get on an airboat to go out to the excavators and out there in the swamp doing dredge work. Got to see an alligator yesterday out there in the swamp, and airboat rides are badass. Most people have to pay for airboat rides. That's how I get back and forth to the job site. So I wish I could show y'all pictures and videos of on the job. I can't though. We ain't allowed to. But Matter of fact, about the extent that I can show y'all is like the barge. So I can't show y'all anything work related. That's just part of the company's policy. But take my word for it, it's badass. These big swamp buggies with these 6 foot tall tracks, and then the airboat rides and being out in the swamp, and being around wildlife and gators and birds, and it's pretty badass. It's definitely different from pipeline. Has absolutely nothing to do with pipeline, nothing to do with oil and gas, period. So they go off of uh, Army Corps of Engineers contracts through the government doing land management. They rebuild land, basically stuff that's been washed out. They like we have dredges that are 10 miles offshore, big dredge boats that are pumping dredge stuff they're pumping out, and also from the mouth of the Mississippi River because it gets clogged up with all the sediment that comes out into the ocean. They dredge all that, and we bring it back and do reclaimed land. We basically build land out of nothing, stuff that's been washed out, or else just create new land. So, like, we'll build a dike around a square 5 miles or something like that, and they're just pumping in dredge. And our job is to move all that shit around, get it where it needs to go, build up the dikes. Um, so we're working just in the swamp. It's pure mud swamp nastiness. Like when I say those tracks are 6 foot tall, they're literally 6 foot. I mean, they're taller, and I'm 5'9", and they're over the top of my head. Just the tracks. And when I was out there yesterday, like the track was underwater. So I mean, it they float because they're on big pontoons. But you gotta remember, excavator ain't light. But when I was digging way out, like 30 foot out away from me, the suction of the mud was pulling the whole track hoe down, and the entire track went underwater. And I'm flipping out. I'm like, all right, I don't know. I hadn't been on one of these long enough to know what its limits is, how far it can tilt before this big sumbitch flips over. So that's what they've been teaching me. Um, they know I don't have any experience on this stuff. I told them I came from the pipeline. I'm used to hard ground, land tracks. So it's a new experience for me. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely more tedious and more stressful than pipeline. Pipeline is more precision work, digging hot lines and bell holes and ditch work, and it's more precise. But being out here on these are like the monster truck versions of excavators. I mean, it's twice as tall as a regular excavator. It's just so massive, and but I enjoy it. So, John, you got me some new hats. Awesome, buddy. Send me a message on Instagram, and I'll send you my home address. I'll be home, what, 10 days, something like that. I've been out here since Thursday, so yeah, I'll be home next Thursday. But y'all look them up, man. Look them up on YouTube. Man, I wish I could show y'all because I did record some cool video on the airboat yesterday and sent it to my kids. But it I can't share it with y'all, unfortunately, because it just they won't allow that. So soggy bottoms, all right, buddy. My gray hair has been coming in as well. So um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. It's the work's not a problem, as y'all know. I've never been scared of excavator work. It's the easiest job. I'm in a climate controlled cab playing with two joysticks. It doesn't get any easier. And it, just being away from family, man, it's tough. It's tough. I know a lot of my followers on here are oil field and pipeline guys that are away from home a lot longer than me. So I don't want to do too much bitching about being gone for 2 weeks because that's really not that bad. Um, but it still sucks, man. It sucks having to FaceTime your kids and talk to your wife on the phone, and I'm not there to help, take care of. household stuff because I'm here working. But Christina's a big girl and she's got it handled while I'm gone. So I'll see him in 10 days and then I'll be home for a week. So that's the benefit of a job like this. I got a full week off every month. So I get a full week vacation every single month. So I don't have to, a regular 9 to 5 where you're home every night and then you have, Saturday or Sunday off, maybe just Sunday. I don't know how y'all's work schedule is, but I get a full 7 days every month to take my family and go do whatever. So it it for sure sucks being away from family, but we're figuring it out. We're taking care of things. But I sleep good here, and the past 3 nights I've been here, I'm asleep by like 8:30, and I we get up at 5:30. We got to be outside at 6:30. So I could get up at 6 and still be outside by 6:30, but I like to get up, have my coffee because they have coffee up there. We got an onboard cook that cooks everything. They have breakfast waiting in the morning. We have bacon, eggs, grits, all that stuff. So I have a good breakfast. I like to sit down, take my time getting dressed, watch a little TV, go outside, get on the airboat, and go to work. So, and then I come back, take my boots off, hop in the shower, and then usually I just come in my room and mind my own business. So, like I said, we got direct TV in our rooms and the TV up front. So I can, we got all the movie channels and everything. So they make it really comfortable for us here. And the bed is fortunately, um, it's 6 foot long. So I'm able to fit on it comfortably. A lot of these guys that are here are like 6'3", 6'4". So they don't fit on the bed as well as I do. Yeah, Christina's doing a good job. I couldn't do what she does. Like if she went off to work, man, there's no way I could be at home, take care of the house, take care of two crazy little kids, and have a baby in my stomach. Dude, I couldn't even imagine that. Yeah, I've got the easy, I've got the easy role in this family. All I gotta do is make money, and that's it. I can do that. So that's easy enough. So that's definitely the easy role in this household. What's up, Trooper? Has anybody else got the AirPod Pros? The new AirPods? Anybody else got them? They're awesome. They're awesome. They um they have the noise canceling in them. They're amazing. Like when I turn on, like right now the noise canceling is off. So it has a passive system, so it still allows all the noise from the outside to come in. So I can still hear everybody talking. It doesn't interfere with my hearing. And as soon as I squeeze it for 3 seconds, I don't hear my own voice right now. Like it's really weird. I don't hear anything around me. I don't hear any ambient noise. I don't even hear my own voice right now. It's weird. And then when you squeeze it again, now it's back to normal. So now I hear everything. I hear the air conditioner. I hear them talking up front, and it's pretty badass. Yeah, like Justin said, I'm really not gonna tell anybody my company name. It I'm not doing that. So it just I've got too many trolls that seem that their life focus is my life. Like it's really weird that I've been on YouTube for a year now. Um, my Instagram has been known for like a year. I've been on there longer, but it's been a year since like the Tundra thing. But it's really weird that there's still people out there that focus on me. Like I ain't done nothing in like 7, 8 months, like no trouble or anything like that. Um, it blows my mind that there's still people that are focused on me. I'm just a normal dude now. Like I'm a nobody, and people are tripping me out. Like there's still people with fake profiles with my picture, and they still post daily about my life and my wife and my kids. I'm like, man, that's really weird. Like that's creepy weird. But no, I did quit. I quit quitting is what I did. Pipeline welding, a good job for somebody right out of high school. Well, first of all, you're not going to be a welder right out of high school. You have to go through, um, you have to be a welder's helper. So that's, I've got a bunch of videos. Go through my YouTube, look at my playlist or whatever. I've got a whole playlist of nothing but pipeline videos. As a matter of fact, this was it oil field job shop? Yeah, they asked me to make another video, so I'm gonna probably do that tomorrow after work because they sponsor me monthly. They pay me monthly just to mention them in the videos and on Instagram and stuff. So when they paid me this month, they were like, "Hey, we need you to make another video," and I'm like, "All right." So I'm gonna do another video about pipeline, talking about the difference between labor hands and welder helpers. Both of them are entry level jobs with no experience required, and I'm going to explain the benefits, the pros and the cons to each one because you need to choose one route or the other. If you're going to do it, you need to be on one side or the other. I've done it both. I've been both ways as a labor hand and a welder's helper. So I'm going to make a video talking about both. It all depends on your um, your end goal. So if you want to be a welder, then you be a welder's helper. If you want to run an excavator or a dozer, and then eventually be, a foreman or a superintendent and stuff, then you become a labor hand. Um, welders make a lot of money. A good welder on pipeline that works all the time makes about 5 grand a week take home money. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, but they're going to make about $20,000 a month after taxes. So, but they have to spend a lot more money. They have to have their own truck. They have to have it outfitted with the welding machine, all the shit that they need. So they're going to spend a lot of money rigging out their truck for their job. As an operator, I don't need any of that. I need a truck because when you're an operator, you get paid to have a truck. Um, but it's just different. I'll make the video explaining the differences between the two and how I think your best way is to become one or the other. And yes, there's a ton of jobs opening up at the beginning of the year right now. Um, Business is booming in the oil field. It ain't slowed down any. So I'm gonna make a video explaining the difference between the two and my advice on how to get on either way, whether it be a labor hand or a welder's helper. And take my advice or don't. I don't care. Um, but I've had a lot of people. I've had just last year, I had almost 15 people um, message me and told me that they took my advice. They went out to West Texas and they got a job from nothing based on just the advice I gave. So it could have been more than that it happened. I don't know, but I had about 15 people actually message me and tell me they did take the advice and they are now working in West Texas. So it operator school. Who takes operator school? Operator school. You know where my operator school was? Out there on the right of way in West Texas as a labor hand. My operator school was out there, you know, whenever the operator would go take a shit or something, or he'd stop to eat lunch, I'd ask him if I can get in the cab and play with the controls, and he'd teach me the basics. And, once or twice a week, he'd let me in there for 10, 15 minutes, and I learned the controls, and I went from there. That was my operator school. Um, 5K a month? No. They, when I was a labor hand, I was clearing at the low end on a slow week. I was making 1,500 a week after taxes, and on the big end, like my best week out there, as a labor hand, I was making about 1,800 a week after taxes. So that's after taxes, Social Security, all that stuff, state, federal. That's what you're taking home um, on a Friday. So at bare minimum, you can expect about 1,500 a week, about 6,000 a month. Bare minimum, right off the bat. And like I said, it goes up from there. So as an operator, I've had some good weeks when I was in Texas, and I've had some fair weeks. We get rained out sometimes. You don't get all the hours that you want, but for the most part, I made good money. Made a lot of money last year with nothing but heartache and headache to show for it. So that's another video I'm going to do, is to tell you how you can make $250,000 in 1 year, because that's about what I made if you include pipeline, toolbox sales at home, and YouTube all combined. Last year, I probably made $250,000 and got really nothing to show for it but heartache and headache. So, and a lesson learned. So, this year, we're playing it different. So, I plan on making a shit ton of money this year, and we are putting it in the bank. Um, we are we're buying some land at the end of the year. That's our goal, is to buy a piece of land and start building our home that we want to live in forever. We got a nice house that we live in now, but we've been there for 7 years. It's getting a little small for the family that we have. And we want to have some land where our kids can play. So we are, that's our plan next go round. So 2020 is going to be a good year for us. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're both focused. Me and Christine are both focused on it, and we're not stressed out about it. We started out the year good. We caught up with a lot of bad stuff that happened mid 2019. Like from April to June, July was pretty rough. So we we made up for it. October, November, December were good months for us. We made a lot of money. We paid off a lot of debt. We got on a good financial plan. And so in January, we were able to start with a new plan without being in a bind. So we're not in a bind right now. We're doing good. Um, Everything's good right now. So we will, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, oil field is booming right now. Pipeline and oil field is booming. So don't be afraid if you're on the fence about wanting to go do something, make some money. Stay tuned. I'm going to upload a new video tomorrow and talk about how to get in from the bottom. That's what tomorrow's video will be about. And like I said, I don't have, there's so many other people with so much more experience than me. But for some reason, people watch my videos. I tell, I tell y'all like it is. I tell y'all what I know from my experience, and that's it. I don't try and bullshit and say, oh, I've been doing this for 10, 15 years. I was on pipeline for 1 year. About it, yeah, 1 year. And got to where I was pretty fast. Um, just by talking my way into the right position, man. I mean, just selling myself and pushing myself to learn new skills that I didn't know before. Like I didn't know anything about an excavator um, 14 months ago. Let's see, lit music fire. Let's see, he sent $10 and asked a question, so I can answer your question for $10. I'm in Texas. I'm 23 years old. Should I go to TSTC to learn welding? I don't know what that means. TSTC, or should I go straight to becoming a welder's hand? Also, how long would it take to progress from labor hand and operator? You got to watch my video, man. I've got a couple of videos that talk about the basics like that, but um, you have to be one or the other to start off. You can't just go into one of these companies and be like, oh, I've been running heavy equipment for years and I want to be an operator. No, you have to start at the bottom on pipeline. Um, that's just, you have to learn the ways of pipeline no matter what. Should you go to school? No, I don't. No, that's up to you. But I don't see the benefit in it because you can go out there and be a welder's helper and making $1,700 a week and learning on the job while you're getting paid, so you don't have to pay anybody. But that's uh that's up to you, man. I mean, if you want to spend that money, go for it. But you're still going to have to start off with the same position as everybody else for the same amount of money. But it that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you one way or another. Just like the whole college talk, I don't want to talk people out of going to college if that's what you want to do. Me personally, I think it's a waste of money and a waste of time unless you're going for something that requires a degree. Like if you're going to be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, um, something that requires the college degree. But trades are where it's at. If you're from some small town, out of nowhere, you had okay grades in high school, and you just want to do something better for your life right off the bat, like you want to start making good money right off the bat, man, there's 19, 20-year-old kids out there making 150 grand a year, man, with no college debt, no nothing, man. Now, most of them are pissing it away. Um, I mean, most of those kids that are 19, 20 years old making that kind of money out there, they're blowing it. I mean, they're running through it bad. But there are ones that are being smart with it. And if you're smart with it and you're making 150 grand a year at 19 years old, man, by the time you're my age, by the time you're 39, 20 years, Jesus Christ, man, if you played it right, you could retire. I mean, before you're 40 and be set for life. It just, it's all how you handle it, man. Man, I get what you're saying about invest. Everybody says invest. I understand. There's so many different ways to invest money. Believe me, we have a Wells Fargo financial advisor for my family. I've been through all the investment talks. Yes, investing is smart, but most people that say invest, have no fucking clue what they're talking about. Now, you might. I'm sure you probably know all about investing, but the word invest is such a broad spectrum of things that you can. It's just invest your money. I mean, I could go and buy 4 bottles of water and save them in my locker, and that's investing my money for later selling. I mean, it's all investments are different, man. I'm far from an expert on investing, but Me and Christina have had money in mutual funds. We've had money in CDs. We do have a college fund set up for our children that is untouchable until they're 18 years old. So we aren't strangers to investing money, but yes, later on we will be investing money. So Kate asks, is it hard being away from home? Yes, that's the hardest part of the job for me by far, is being away from home. So yes, that is the hardest part. I mean, that's the only hard part. So, but if you're young and single with no kids, why the fuck every one of y'all ain't in Texas right now? I don't understand, man. God. Lee asked, did I go to college? Yes, I went to college for 2 years and ended up getting in some trouble. So, but yeah, I did good in college. I look like I've been crying. No, not today, Wolfie. That's just my beautiful eyes. No crying, just beautiful blue eyes. Did I ever work in New Mexico? No, I was very close. West Texas. I was only like an hour away from New Mexico, but didn't work there. How do I like Louisiana? I like Louisiana a lot. I love the people. I love I love the food. God, I love Louisiana cooking, man. What's up, Racer? Man, Louisiana is a really good state. You know, it's the people, man. Everybody's friendly. It just everybody's polite. Most everybody's most everybody has the same political views I do. It's just everybody's about their family and about making money. So it now there's certain parts you get into like downtown New Orleans and all the hippie sections and the gangster sections and all that. I'm sure that's a different type of people, but that's anywhere you go. Is it hotter than Georgia or Florida? It's all the South, man. It's all the South. Um, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, Texas. It's gonna be hot as fuck during the summer and mild during the winter. But if you ain't about this southern life, don't come down here in the summer. Don't make the summer your first stop. So it that's it's gonna be a rude awakening if you're coming from somewhere with really nice weather, coming to the south in the summer and you ain't never been here, you're gonna want to go home. So no, Texas is not the only place with pipeline. There's a lot of places with pipeline, but that's the main place. That and like North Dakota, which I can't. The only thing I can speak on is Texas. Um, I worked in Texas my entire pipeline career, except for I went to Colorado as a welder's helper for 2 months. Other than that, Texas is where I've been. And man, y'all getting off on too much of this work conversation. I just wanted to come say hey. I bet everybody that's on here is like, who the fuck is he talking to? Because they don't know anything about my YouTube channel. I don't think anybody at work knows about my YouTube channel besides my boss. But yeah, nobody on here knows who the hell I am. That's okay with me. They don't know anything about the Tundra. They don't know anything about the Shelby. They don't know anything about any of that mess. And that's okay with me if it stays that way. Do I think jobs are going to perish because of technology? To a certain extent, but you got to have a person inside of an excavator, man. You got to have a person doing welding. You know, they have machines that weld. They got machines that do welding and all that. But the fabrication work and stuff like that, it's just you got to have a person for that stuff. And like being on an excavator when you're digging around hot lines and doing ditch work and clearing and finishing and all that and digging bell holes and all that. Like I thought to myself, well, why don't they just have somebody running remote control from joysticks, like in an air conditioned building out there with a remote control excavator? And without the feeling of your ass in the seat and being able to feel the ground and being able to feel where that bucket's going and being able to feel the pressure as you're pulling up a load of dirt or you're digging around a hot line, like doing it from remote control, you wouldn't feel the excavator or the dozer. A lot of dozer work is done by the feeling of your ass in the seat. Like that's the feeling that you get on where you know to put that blade when you're doing grade work and stuff. You get a feel for it. It's nothing that it's not even so you can almost close your eyes and do that work better with just the feeling of being inside the cab. So eventually, sure, it might be done by robots. I don't see why not. Maybe one day, but not now. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. Can I leave the barge? Yeah. I don't have to stay here. Like I can go get a hotel in town or um, take my RV to an RV park or whatever. But yeah, I mean I can walk to my truck right now and hop in and go, but why? They're letting me stay here for free. I get free food, free housing. I'm saving that money, man. I've I've been here for 4 days and I've spent $0 on anything. So that makes a huge difference. Not having to fuel up my truck every 2 days, not having to, go and get lunch every day and then go and buy dinner and then find a place to park my RV, go get propane, go get groceries. Being able to not have to spend that money right now, I'm cool with that. Oh, Christine talking shit now. I hit two power lines on my last job. It's my spotter's fault. My spotter is supposed to spot me, and I didn't see the fucking power lines. That's their job. So much snatch them some bitches down to like I'm just driving along and all of a sudden I hear bah, and I literally like what the hell? And I snapped an entire power line. I mean the excavator doesn't slow down; it just keeps on rolling by. Doesn't slow down in the least little bit. And my boom was just up too high because I was hauling a generator. I had a generator hanging from a chain, like the kind that you put behind a truck. So I had to have it high enough to clear the ground. And my spotter didn't say anything and just walked on through a power line. And then a week later, did it again. I said, okay, yeah, it was an expensive fix, I'm sure, but it's all part of the work out there. It happens. But yeah, those big excavators. Well, the first spotter was just a green hand. He was literally his first week there. But the second time it happened was the boss, the supervisor of the job, and that's why when I said, "Oh shit, it happened twice," they're gonna send my ass home. But since he was the spotter and he was the boss, they'd have to send him home too. And so I didn't get sent home. So, I'm making good money. Scarface says I'm making enough money to be away from home. That's so that's yeah. I'm making enough money to be not at home right now. Yeah, we're in bunk beds, but I mean, I get this whole room's to myself right now. I got nobody else in here. This is my bed, which is messy right now. But yeah, there's four bunks or four beds in here, but I've got the whole room to myself right now. Um, got four lockers, a fridge in here, TV, and I showed y'all the kitchen and all that stuff. So and yeah, good stuff. Is this a man camp? No, I'm on a barge. I'm like on a floating boat. I'm like in the water right now. We're tied off the land. Like we're tied off to where I could walk. I mean, I got to walk across like a gangway to get to land. But I mean, I'm in the water right now. What's up, Blake? We'll go outside. But this is outside. It's the water, the river. Yeah, I'm literally just on a big floating barge out here on the water. Oh yeah, there's gators out here. Yeah, this is Louisiana. I saw a gator yesterday when I was out there in the swamp. So yeah, we take an airboat ride to the swamp. I'll show y'all upstairs here. I gotta make sure I don't show y'all anything with the company name, so I gotta be careful of it. Like this is the crane. This is called a bucket dredge barge. So we got a big crane attached to the barge. It goes up there. I just came upstairs, and like this is a bucket dredge. So there's cables attached to it. Like this is what does the dredge work. See, it's attached to the dredge. So that thing drops down, scoops up all kind of shit. Like I said, I'm 5'9" and standing in the mouth of this thing. So I'd say it's about 6'8", just the mouth as far as the teeth. And yeah, and this big sucker just dips down and picks up shit and puts it in the dredge hose. They suck it out. And then it goes on land, and that's where I work on the excavator. So the stuff that they pull up with this dredge, um, I'm responsible for spreading it out to reclaim land. And then they have this dredge, which I think they just drag this sucker here. I don't know exactly, but I think this one hooks up to the crane and they pull it on the bottom. So yeah, I think that one just gets drugged behind. But yeah, I'm out here on the water. I see barges coming up and down here, so pretty cool. It's definitely different. Is it more dangerous than pipeline? Yes. Man, I wish I could show y'all my excavator so y'all could see how massive this thing is. The tracks are over 6 foot tall. So the tracks are this tall. And they're 3 times wider than an excavator, like a land one. And they're pontoons, they float. Like the tracks are on big pontoons. And I can float my excavator in deep water. And you have to dig while you're doing that. So it's definitely a sketchy thing. Yeah, no, I'm making sure I don't show any company names. So that's what I gotta be careful. I'm back in my room. But yeah, y'all just go look on YouTube and look up swamp buggies. That's what it's called, a swamp buggy. Just look up swamp buggy excavator and you'll see how big and massive these things are. Like I said, it's company policy. I can't show y'all anything to do with work, like as in my excavator. I can't show y'all anything with a company name on it. That's just the policy. I can't show y'all job sites, so y'all ain't gonna catch me fucking up with that shit again. I've done messed up like that twice. I ain't doing it again. So take my word for it. It's badass. We get to ride on an airboat going out to work. It's pretty badass. I mean, we saw gators yesterday. It's like something you would pay to go on a tour because we have to go through the marshland and the grass, and we have to go over the top of berms, and it's uh it's pretty badass. But just take my word for it. I can't show it to y'all. But how many hours a day? We do 12-hour days, 14 days straight, and then I'm off for a week. So we're doing 84-hour weeks, and then off for a week. I get to go home for a week and then back out here for 2 weeks. So it's long days, but I mean, when you're busy, you don't really think about it. My night or day shift, well, we rotate that actually, and I'm not sure how that works out because they say we do half the shift daytime and half the shift nighttime. I don't know how they transition you from day to night shift. Like when you do 7 days of days, how do you all of a sudden turn into a night shift? I don't know, but we'll find out. This is my first hitch, so and see you later, trooper. I'm about to get off too. We've been on here 52 minutes, so we're going to cut this. It's 7:50 now. I usually go to bed about 8:30. So I turn on my little direct TV here, find me a movie playing, and 8:30 I usually lay it down. I might go get me a little bowl of ice cream, and that's it. Yeah, I don't do any videos during work at all. I'm not risking my job anymore for YouTube. That's just stupid. Do I like it better than pipeline? We'll see. We will see. I don't know. I don't know. No, we don't have to cook food. We got an onboard cook that does all that. So I don't have to cook anything. You can if you want to, but if you want to eat what they make, then you just eat what they make. And I've been happy with the food so far. What do I really do on the job? I've said it like 6 times on here. I imagine you probably weren't on here when I said it, but land management. Um, I run an excavator. We build levees, we build dikes, we build land just out of dredge material. So the material that this barge right here pulls up from the bottom of the ocean or the river, it gets pumped onto land. It might be a mile away or 10 miles away. Um, yeah, then I'm in charge of putting it where it needs to go. So we just build new land out of nothing. So that's about it. No digging oil lines or pipelines or stuff like that. I don't have to dig ditches and no precision work, but it's very sketchy in a floating excavator. So anyway, we'll holler at y'all later, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll probably go live again one day this week. So everybody enjoy your work week. Y'all get out there, work hard, enjoy your time with your family. If you're at home this weekend, I'm not there this weekend, so sucks for me. But it oh well, it's what I signed up for. And I'll be uploading another video tomorrow evening about pipeline, entry level positions, the two that you have to choose from. And per my agreement with the Oilfield Job Shop, I need to upload another video to keep getting paid. So I'm going to make another video for y'all so I can keep getting paid from those guys. Appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all. Love you, honey. Christina, miss you, love you. See you later.